Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How are you guys doing? It's Monday. It's the first Monday in August. Yay. All right. August is starting off okay with you guys. Going to just also start an Instagram live just for this topic today. We did it last week and I'm going to do it this week, and then we'll go back to just keeping it in our group. Let's see. All right. All right. Hello, hello. Happy Monday again, Instagram. While I'm just waiting for a couple people to show up, I am just going to chat for a bit about myself because oh, hi Misty, how you doing? That's good to see you. I'm gonna chat for a bit just about myself, how as a professional photographer I ended up doing this. Hey Mrs. Williams, how you doing? So how did, as a professional photographer, I end up talking about forgiveness and money, self-love? And the truth is, it's not very far off from what I have been doing for years as a photographer, which is working with my clients on their photo sessions, giving them encouragement, speaking into them, words that are confidence building. Hey, how you doing, Mrs. Williams? I hope you're good. Good to see you. So, encouraging and the self-confidence, it's been something that I've been doing for years with my clients, making them feel comfortable in front of the camera and just working with them in that way. But then, life happens. We all have things that happen in our life. Hey, Lindsay. How you doing, Ward? Good to see you. Um, well, at least your name, anyway. So, hey, I see you're back from your vacation. Um, so, so yes, as I was saying, as a photographer, building self-confidence in my clients has been something I've been doing for years, but then life happens. And, you know, I feel like it would be not, you could look at it, it doesn't matter which word you use, moral, ethical. I feel like it's our responsibility as humans when we learn something to share that knowledge with other people because we never know who we can help. So everything that I have learned from my journey and healing journey after rape and then a heartbreak, those are tools that I have learned how to use that I can now teach other people about. And so it's been very intentional. This is not just like something random that I just woke up one morning and was like, yeah, I'll be a confidence coach and I'm going to help people heal and redefine their identities. No, it was definitely very intentional. And if I could have avoided it, I would have. But I just think, I was out and about today in Brooklyn and there's just a lot happening on the streets these days. And I think that as humans, we all are responsible for each other. And I think if everyone in the world shared with each other their knowledge, their skills, it would make life so much easier for people, and it would solve a lot of the problems we're dealing with. So that is why I have added into my photography business, this coaching, this self-confidence building. And tonight's topic is going to be on forgiveness and money. So I think it's something that is really important to speak on because, money is a tool, and it's also a tool that stresses a lot of people out. And I think that a lot of people don't associate money and forgiveness. So, last week I talked and spoke about if you are your own self friend and how you talk to yourself. This week, I want to speak a little bit similarly in terms of friendship. Are you friends with your bank account, or are you frenemies with your bank account? So it's not easy, but how we see money and how we deal with our money does sometimes impact our self-esteem, and it can also be something that we have a grudge against. Like maybe we are angry that our employer is not paying us what we're worth. Hi, Larry Edwards. Good to see you. How are you doing? So maybe we're angry with an employer. We feel like we're being gypped for our time and our energy. Maybe we're even angry at ourselves. Like we don't like how we spend money, and so it could be so many different reasons why we are either friends or enemies with our bank accounts. So I want to share a couple types of friends, okay? So there's different kinds of friends, right? Think about all the different friends you've had in life, all right? Friends are there on good days and bad days, just kind of like our bank account is there with us on good days and bad days. And how do you talk to your bank account? Are you, for example, like the silent friend, okay? The silent friend, meaning you just sit there and you don't say anything. You just kind of, hey Larry, how are you doing? You just kind of avoid eye contact. Maybe you're a little detached from your finances. Maybe you just like sigh a lot, shake your head, do like a face palm, but you don't really share. You don't really communicate with your bank account. You kind of just, it's like over here. Maybe you look at your bank statement. Maybe you look things over, but you don't really have much communication with it, besides every once in a while, like just making a face at it or something. Then there is the chatterbox, right? There's that friend who you might meet up with and you might just be like, oh my gosh, is this person ever going to stop talking? When is this person going to ask me how my day was? And they're just like, blah, 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 right? So are you like that with your money? Do you just like talk and talk and talk, and you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to spend this, and I'm going to save this, and you just talk and you talk and you talk, but you don't really listen to what your bank account is saying to you. You look at it, you acknowledge your bank statements, you acknowledge the income that you're making, you acknowledge how much you're spending or not spending, right? You're acknowledging your bills, but you're just like talking about them. You're like, I can't believe Con Edison charged me. Actually, I just got a bill today, $86.04. I don't even know how they did that, right? I could sit here and I could just talk and complain about my Con Edison bill. It's not going to fix anything, and it's not going to really get me any further. So is that like the type of relationship? Instead, I could listen to my Con Edison bill. I'm like literally looking at it right now, and I could look to see like my usage, and I could compare like my average day to day, or it looks like it's monthly, right? So like I could start looking at my electric bill statement and start listening to what it has to say to me instead of just complaining about it and talking about it. Then there is that friend who, this can sometimes be me, to be honest, who is like calm most days, but every once in a while they just have this angry outburst. So you're just kind of going along with the flow with your money, spending it, saving it, paying the bills. But every once in a while, you just like flip out and you just start, you're like, oh, I can't believe like, my taxes are like this much, or my health insurance costs that much, right? Like, and you just like explode every once in a while. Again, you're not really being friends with your bank account. You're not spending the time to, you know, be friendly with it, because now your poor bank account is like, well, it's not my fault, you know. Bank accounts don't really talk back, but you know, it's not, you know, like whatever is in the account is in the account, right? And having an angry outburst is not going to change anything. It's not going to fix the underlying issues for why you are angry. And again, these like angry outbursts and, you know, just like always talking or just being silent and ignoring things and like worrying and fretting. Again, these things like are going to build anxiety in us over time, and it's going to hold us back from actually moving forward and being able to either forgive Con Edison for charging me $86.04, or you know, coming up with a plan, and you know, or maybe even forgiving myself for using my air conditioner a little too much at the beginning of July when it was kind of hot. Then there is like the therapy friend, right? And there's the therapy friends who's like, oh, well, you know, let's just feel better and we'll just go do retail therapy. Well, sure, it's retail therapy until the credit card statement comes, or you realize that you went a little bit too far into your cash and now rent's due and now something's not adding up right? So, you know, sometimes that retail therapy friend gets us into a little trouble if we don't set boundaries with that retail therapy friend. So like setting, you know, not having those boundaries and not saying no, I am putting boundaries on the bank account, okay? I hope this is making sense. I do, as a teacher, speak a lot of times in metaphors to try to connect with my students. So I'm hoping that this is making sense to you all. Then there's the fake friend, that person that you think is your friend, and then you you're laughing at me. I know you used to be my student, Larry. So the fake friend, the one that we use without thought or regard. We don't really care about the feelings of our friend, or that friend doesn't care about the feelings of us, right? So are we a fake friend to the bank account? I get that bank accounts don't really have feelings, so just work with me. But is our savings account, is our investments, is our checking account, is our credit card? Thank you, Larry. Thank you. And are we using it without regard to how it feels? Like, are we using it without regard to like the final balance and like our goals and all of those things that we need to do? Are we being like, yes, I love money, I love saving money, and then you're like using it inappropriately? So that would be like a fake type friend. All right, so now that we've talked about different types of friends, I have definitely had, I think if I was going to be honest, which I think it's best, I have been all these different types of friends to my own bank account. So what's the first step? The first step is to look at your bank account, look at your money, and decide to be friends with it. Be nice to it. Treat it kindly. Be respectful. Spend your money and save your money, invest the money in ways, plan with the money, just like you would plan a meetup, say like you and a real friend, right? Plan a little, like a girls trip or a guys trip, right? And you make plans. You're like, I'm going to do this on this day. I'm going to do this on this day. We're going to go here and visit these sites, whatever it is, right? You have like this outing that you planned out with your friends. So similarly, with your money, you want to make a plan, just like you would with friends. Like, this is how I am going to treat you. We'll go out to dinner maybe 2 times a week. Sorry, I didn't mean to say 2 times a week. 2 times a month instead of like 2 times a week. So like make a plan looking at that money that you have or don't have. Where can I get, sometimes you need more friends, right? You're like, well, I have a friend who likes nature. So this friend I can go hiking with. But then I also have my artistic friends, and that friend likes to go to museums. And then I have my friend who's like a music lover, right? So you have like your different friends, you may do different things with them. This is something that you can also do with your money. You can do different things with it. And when you make these plans for like how you will save it, how you will spend it, maybe you need to make more of it, find like new additional streams of income. So just like, you know, you go find your art museum friend when you want to go to the art museum friend, you may go find like a new side hustle or start a new business or get a job driving for Uber Eats or something, right? Like going and finding and doing new things to either bring in new income or to, you know, make that plan for how it's going to be spent. I would say that for me, one of the most successful things that I have done to make friends with my money is automate it, going to my bills and automating them all. So that would be my tip. Then it's already taken care of. Things have already been planned out and put aside and already planned for, and it's already a done deal. Then you don't have the temptation. Like now, I don't have the temptation to like spend my Con Edison money on, I don't know, new shoes, because my Con Edison is going to be taken care of, right? It's already been planned out. So automating is the most, like for me, I would say has been the most successful way that I have made friends with my money, in addition to looking at it. You know, be a good friend to it. Look at it. It can be scary. I know I have gotten bank statements and not wanted to open them. I've gotten paychecks and not even wanted to look at them in the past because I knew that that paycheck was not enough to cover the bills, right? And so I was like that silent worry friend, or the friend who just kind of like ignores, you know, like everything that's going on sometimes. So not really a good friend to have, to be honest, on your side. So when and it builds a lot of unforgiveness towards our lives, towards ourselves. Like, oh, I feel ashamed because I'm afraid to look at my bank statement. I'm afraid to open my Visa bill and look to see what's spent. Like those things, that fear, that anxiety, actually, what I have found in my own healing journey personally, those things, those were embarrassing for me. And it was like actually me holding a grudge against myself at, you know, and I could come up with reasons why, you know, I was short on money, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when I wasn't opening my statements and just like shoving them to the side, I was really not acknowledging the problem. I wasn't facing the problem. I wasn't looking at it. And therefore, I was not in a position to solve the problem. I was not in a position to even forgive myself for like my shortcomings if I had overspent or if I had not made enough money for that particular month, whatever. So looking at where we're at, it can be hard, it can be scary, it can be sometimes overwhelming, but these are things that help us to forgive ourselves, to be in a confident place in our lives, and also to be friends with our money. So I am not a financial planner, but if anyone would like support with their finances, what I can do and what I can offer you is, if you go to either my website or my other Instagram page, the Big Black Book NYC on Instagram, or the website www.thebigblackbooknyc.com, and I'll put the links in the comment section. If you scroll through the directory on the Instagram page, or on the website, just go to the section of financial. So go to the financial category, and you will see that there are people in that directory who are listed who are experts on like financial planning and can support you with, you know, getting things into a order, you know, organized, make the plan for your money, and, you know, help you become friends with your bank account and not frenemies with your bank account, and help you to get things situated and lined up and organized in your financial life so that you don't have that shame about your finances, and that you can forgive yourself for, you know, whatever you have felt ashamed about in terms of your finances. Where do you live instead of Instagram? I have a Facebook group. I can also put that in there. And I was just going to thank you for reminding me, Larry. So I do have a private Facebook group where I do provide more support for people on their healing journeys. And so I can also drop the link. I don't think it's gonna like record it, but I can in the comments share where on Facebook you can get some more information for, you know, just in general. It's not about finances, it's a general healing. You're welcome, Misty. I'm glad you are enjoying it. Share it in other for us to see. Yes, I will share it in the link below, or in the comment section below. So yes, so that way, for more support. Hi, Serena. How are you? I was just wrapping up, but for more support with healing in your healing journeys, you can join my Facebook, my private Facebook group. You can also, for more specific financial advice or support with an actual financial planner, you can visit the Big Black Book NYC. And, oh, hi, Mr. Goodheart. How are you doing? I'm just wrapping up. So you can visit the Big Black Book NYC, go to the financial category, and you'll see several different hello, thank you. Several different businesses and entrepreneurs who can support you more with your finances. So, Serena, hey, sure, I'm more than happy to join. Okay, yes, I look forward to seeing you in the group. All right, so I'm going to end this live now, and I'm going to save it, hopefully. So if you missed it, Serena, you can also like go back through and get the replay. It will also be posted in the Facebook Live as well, or in the Facebook group as well. So, all right, guys, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Peace. Let me end this.